As a level 2 quantum healing hypnotherapist, Naomi has developed an innovative modality called hypno-channeling. This process allows individuals to connect with their subconscious, accessing universal memories and knowledge. When she invites spirits, they come through the channeler's body without prior knowledge. This method reveals the secrets of the universe and human existence. If you have paranormal or NDE, or any spiritual experiences or interest in QHHT, contact us at healingandretreats.com. In this hypno-channeling session, Raising Humanity's Vibration is a collective effort guided by individual healing and growth. Open contact with extraterrestrials may shift awareness, while each soul's journey, including life challenges and connections, unfolds uniquely to enhance understanding and compassion.
Of helping raise the collective vibration of humanity.
Uh-huh.
It's not any one person's job to change the whole world. It's just to do your own part.
Right. But sometimes I do feel, is this worth it? It seems most people still they're not on the same page. But I'm sure the open contact will change a lot.
And you can only do as much as you can do, because other people, what they do with the healing that you offer is up to them. It's their path. You can't force anyone to change.
Mm-hmm.
So you put out there, you offer this opportunity for people, and those who need it will be attracted to it and will use it to better themselves.
Yes.
So I know that as you raise your vibration, you go to a different version of Earth that is lighter. So let's say if someone in your life sort of isn't vibrationally compatible with you, does that sometimes manifest as physical death?
Because they go to a different timeline.
It can. Other times, but that's not always the case of physical death. Physical death sometimes is just that the spirits, their journey is done, and they are actually transforming back into spirit form. It could also be, a different version of them is living in a different version of Earth. And for most people that because there are multiple versions of everyone, different versions of them are having different experiences.
So is it possible that someone who has passed away in your life they're still alive somewhere in a different Earth?
Not the version of them that you knew. No. The version of them that you knew has passed on into spirit form.
And so the ghosts, why they're allowed, why their spirit guides don't assist them?
Eventually they do, but it's part of their path. The spirit guide isn't going to do anything that the soul isn't ready to do. If the ghost wants to hang around there, but the spirit guide isn't going to force them to leave. It's usually the ghost is hanging around there because they have something that they need to realize, or they're very strongly attached to something that happened on Earth, and they need to learn to let go of that attachment.
Mm.
So it's just part of their process.
Mm. So the death is not... Okay, no, that's not a question. So the question is, let's say if someone is a criminal on Earth, and this person obviously is learning his or her lessons, but what kind of lesson can be?
That's as different as it is for each individual.
Mm.
And sometimes it's just they want to experience a certain type of life, and they want to experience what it's like to harm people so that they can realize that that's not what they want to do.
Mm. Let's say a serial killer. Yeah. So
right, they can realize that that's not something that they prefer.
Because after that, they did not experience any joy.
Right, and then when they go through the life review, they get to see all of the pain that they caused to everyone that they killed, and they realize that that's not something that they want to put out into the universe.
But they will never be, let's say, I just had a client, and he was very in a deep kind of a depression, and he feels, what's the point to live? He really feels it's better for him to end this life. And of course, I talk to him. So, why some people will experience extreme, pain, not physical?
And it's all part of what the theme that they've chosen to explore. Some souls want to understand the experience of a very intense emotional and mental pain again, so they can realize that this is not what they prefer, but also so they can learn to resolve it and then help others resolve it.
So let's say if this person really became hopeless and the person ended his life. So what's going to happen when the soul leaves the body?
Same thing that happens to everyone. He'll go through the life review. He'll make a decision about how he wants to incarnate next. He'll understand why he chose to cut his life short, and he'll have to, whatever he didn't learn in this lifetime because he exited early, he'll have to learn in a different incarnation.
So, as a soul, will this soul feel some sort of embarrassing feeling?
No.
Okay.
Is that part of the soul contract?
I'm sorry, I missed what you said.
Like for a person to end their life, is that part of their soul contract or?
No, usually that's a failure that they don't fulfill the
So-
soul contract.
So we never make a contract to end our life.
No.
So that can never be, pre-planned. Not likely.
In very rare circumstances, yes, it could be, but for the most, usually it's just a failure to fulfill what you set out to in this incarnation. You decide to cut it short. There can be rare circumstances where there's an agreement between two individuals. One of them wants to know what it's like to lose a loved one through suicide, so that could be part of the soul contract in that case.
All right, I'm going to ask very different things. So what is happening to the certain people on Earth, let's say the royal family in England?
They're going through, they're a family with a lot of power and a lot of dark energies that they need to work through. Wealth and power are never the path to actual advancement and fulfillment.
But I don't understand this part. So they have a lot of power, but the power is because people give them the power.
But they're a royal family, so, they're kind of given it by the system, the societal structure, and the accumulation of wealth. It will not fulfill them. So their path is just them trying to be fulfilled by essentially material things and fame and, accolades from the public. But these things will never actually give them inner
Joy.
peace and joy.
So where is Kate Middleton? She's still on Earth?
Yes.
Oh, so what is happening to her? She will come out eventually?
Eventually, she'll reappear.
Okay, but can you let us know what is happening?
Not at this time.
So I know this is not something that's really going to serve us for us to learn anything from it. It's just out of our curiosity. That's why you cannot disclose this.
Yes.
So I ask questions until I cannot go further. But I also want to know why we cannot know certain things.
You're not supposed to know everything. That's part of the human experience. Certain information is to be revealed at certain times. And we do not reveal anything that will interfere with your life, your chosen life path and your soul contract and the things that you need to learn.
But let's say when I have such a strong curiosity to know those kind of things, what is the reason I feel this way?
You're attracted to it for a reason, so it might be relevant to you later on. But also just someone giving you that information, sometimes the mystery and the surprise of it is part of the experience.
Yes. I forgot what I was going to ask. Oh, so the 70s, the first generation of the hybrids. So what happened? Where are they? They're not on Earth.
No, the first generation of hybrids didn't have all of the characteristics that were needed or desired. Genetically, they didn't have it quite right yet. And also they didn't have the physical abilities to live on Earth the way that the second generation do.
So what is their purpose? What they're doing?
We're still helping with the open contact and hybridization agenda. We're still involved with both the Greys and the new generation of hybrids.
So are you also coming to Earth this time?
We are not coming to Earth this time. It's the second generation who are preparing to actually live. We come in spiritual form, but the ones who are going to live among you physically are the second generation.
So how they can make the government really listen to them? Like, how does that work? Right? The government will say, okay, you can get involved and you can change things. What is that going to be like?
With open contact, there's going to be a widespread awareness of our existence. So, it's going to begin with just people becoming aware that we exist. And with that awareness that we exist, there's going to be pressure on the government from the people that, to disclose and to communicate with us. And so the government is going to have to change at their own or at threat of their own peril, because people are going to be simply demanding it. But also, Earth is going to have reached a vibratory level that open contact and disclosure becomes possible.
So from now until 2027, the major contact event, are there different ways that humans will be contacted by ETs, or have their
There have always been different ways that humans are contacted by ETs. Contact is ongoing. If you're talking about the major contact event will be a mass event. We are not disclosing exactly how it will occur at this time. But leading up to that point, yes, there will be multiple forms of contact. Some of it will come in dreams. Some of it will come in out-of-body states and astral projection. Some people will have physical sightings of UFOs, potential physical sightings of beings.
The last thing, say one more time. The potential one?
Physical sightings of beings.
Well, what is that?
People might see grays in their room physically.
So that is because they are part of the project?
Correct. And they've contracted to see us in that form. And they are at a vibrational level that we can see them, that they can see us in that form.
is it possible to request a meeting?
Yeah, can we send an invitation?
You are both already being contacted, and the form of contact is already agreed upon.
Yeah, you mean the physical?
I won't disclose anymore. The form of contact that you're both having and that you're going to have leading up to 2027 has already been agreed upon.
Yeah, but why we cannot know more?
It's part of the process.
Yeah, we're very frustrated.
Yeah, I want to see you. I feel like I have this one experience once when I was waking up from a sleeping state and I heard an alien voice talk to me. Hello. But that was it. So I didn't think too much about it.
The contact process is unfolding with you exactly according to agreement.
So was this agreement planned pre-birth?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh.
it cannot be in this life. No, that's this kind of a major event always is pre-planned. Yeah. So in the future, how can I, like also, can you tell us more about the Galactic Federation, what they do for planet Earth?
Well, we're assisting in, first of all, your vibrational process. Because after open contact, the goal is to help you transition into sustainable forms of energy and an ethic of nonviolence and to stop the war and aggression.
So what do you say about what just happened? Like Iran was attacking Israel. That's gonna just end like this, or it can be more than
All
this.
of the leaders. Will there be more violence?
Yeah.
There will be, unfortunately, more violence. The only way it's going to end is when the leaders of all the countries involved raise their vibration and understand that this is not going to solve anything.
So that's not gonna happen before 2026.
Well, this conflict will end before the open contact, yes. It will.
But raise the government leaders' vibrations, I don't think will happen very soon before the open contact.
Not everyone's, but the conflict itself will end.
So how does Joe Biden, if he doesn't have a soul and he's being operated by some consciousness, how does that work?
That's not information that I can give you at this time. It's not going to be useful for you.
I have a question. So you've mentioned green energy before. I was also curious about the changes in the diet of the human population. Right now, we consume a lot of meat. And also the food industry is not very sort of in the way that it truly nourishes our body. So is there also an agenda in terms of
When you raise your vibration, you will want to eat healthier foods. And yes, part of transitioning to sustainable energy, you will have to stop the mass production of meat. That's the number one contributor to climate change and the energy crisis. So factory farming, of course, is a very low vibrational practice that will need to come to an end.
So what are you doing right now?
Preparing for open contact, which involves different forms of contact with different human beings according to their agreements.
So you're like some type of manager, that kind of role?
I work on a team.
Do you know Liana, one of my hybrid children, or David?
I know of them. I mean, we all have
Of course.
I know of them. I'm not intimately connected with them.
I'm just asking out of curiosity. Do they look like Naomi? Like her face? Can you see?
They have some of her features, but like all hybrid children, they're small and they have very large eyes.
And they're going to wear human clothes?
Well, they have their own clothes, their own bodysuits that they wear.
Okay, so
What are they doing now? Because they're already in existence, however, they're not.
only some.
Are you talking about all of the hybrid children or just Naomi's?
No, the one I saw on the street.
There are currently 6 hybrid children who are here on Earth right now who are just becoming assimilated, getting their bodies used to being on Earth.
Yeah. And why is this 6?
We rotate. There's 6 at a time.
Oh. How about in New York? 1?
There's 3 in New York.
Wow.
Are they stationed all over the world?
There's a few central locations.
But
They're going to be revealed in major cities.
so yeah, we might be able to see them on the street.
You might.
And can I talk to them? They're not ready for that.
You can try. They might. If they realize that you can see them.
What? Say one more time.
They realize that you can see them.
Oh, okay. So if they can see me, or if they know that I can see them, then the communication will be allowed.
Possibly.
How have the others experienced that? So, for example, when I was on the street talking to a hybrid kid, do people see her talking to me?
The hybrids communicate telepathically.
So yeah, I never had that experience. Besides in a psychedelic journey. so we just know, right? So their words will come to our mind.
Correct.
And we just have to trust.
Yes.
But I cannot communicate it that way. So I was speaking words.
If you're speaking words out loud, yes, other people can see you speaking words. And if they're not vibrationally at a point where they can see the hybrid being, then yes, it would look like you're just
speaking to
speaking
air.
to nothing.
I just have a question about the vibrations of people. If, let's say, we're on the same earth, how is it possible that there are people of different various vibrations?
Because there's a vibrational range and different versions of Earth that it sustains, and people be on, lower and higher vibrations within that range. When you fall out of that range, you shift into a different version of Earth.
But without knowing it.
Correct. Yes.
So let's say if you are on Earth, you can tell our vibrational level.
Yes.
Like you feel, or you can see a number.
You just sense it.
Yeah, but there can be a number.
There's a number,
Yeah.
but if you want to know your vibrational number, needing to know will automatically lower your vibration.
Okay.
Do you experience contact? Well, there's a reason that you heard about it. You didn't hear about it by accident, which likely means you're involved.
So I think I know the answer. Yeah.
On the topic of pets, I know that cats are multi-dimensional beings. How do they have their own role in sort of assisting humanity, or pets in general?
Yes. With their assisting or forming relationships with their individual humans.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I just feel like the stronger my bond is, the more that I can actually communicate with them telepathically.
And you've made an agreement with that being that they were going to be, part of your path. But if your telepathic abilities with animals are getting stronger, that means the effects of contact are working.
I'm also attracting more stray cats in my life. Do I take them in?
If you have the resources,
Yes.
don't take in more than you're able to care for adequately.
Yes. Yes, of course.
Mm-hmm. Yes. See, I forgot my question. I was going to ask something very different. Wow, it disappeared. And sometimes if we have something want to ask and then disappears, disappears for a reason.
Probably wasn't relevant.
Okay. All right. So how can I, it seems like you're being very helpful and you really give us a lot of insights. So how can I communicate with you again? Just like giving the same kind of a command? Do you have anything that we can call you?
You can call me Sarabi.
Sarabi?
Yes.
How to spell it?
Sarabi.
Sarabi. You are male energy?
Female.
Oh, female. Do we, me or Jessica or anyone had some sort of connection with you before?
To the extent that you are part of the hybridization agenda, but not beyond that.
Okay. Very good. And thank you for all the information. And it was nice speaking with you today, Sarabi.
Thank you.
All right.